I can't even sit down 2 minutes without some Freaky Deaky coming through. Now Smokey Robinson. It's alleged that in the late '00s, him and his wife held the housekeepers and they won 50 million. Excuse me. There was like 11 defendants, and they saying that Smokey and the wife were in on all kinds of kanky. And this was about 15, 16 years ago, his late 60s, early 70s. The only thing that's making Smokey look suspect is because when I see him now, he be on that stage gyrating at 85, all freaky deaky, all wobbling. And they ought to probably get something out of him. I mean, it's all out there. I tell people all the time, especially when you're black, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. You won't hear no more about Garth Brooks. You ain't heard no about Jimmy Iovine. But when you black, they got you. And it just is always the same old thing. You got to be so careful. So now in LA, they got Smokey for Freaky Deaky at the cribbo. And it's like, is this another way to kind of mess with his legacy? And he's 85. But then again, they falsely locked up Cosby in his 80s. So again, there's no in line for if you black in that industry. They definitely out to make an agenda. They out to put something on you. And they want to come at you. And I can't say true or false. I know he didn't have a crazy life. I know that for a fact. But I can't say what's going on. But I know that, he's out here on these stages. And it's like he's taking blue pills, green pills. He must be taking them Flintstone vitamins because I don't know what he'd be doing. He'd be like all just moving his hips and moving. And you just kind of almost hope that it ain't true because it's who it is. Now, does it mess up his legacy or thing for that? No. He wrote too many great songs, as an artist. However, if you into any of those other things, you have to separate the two. But you can't act like you shocked or surprised them all. I mean, every time you turn around, it's all coming to a head. And, a lot of stuff in that industry is really revealing itself, And I know one thing. You can't serve two masters. He's on this stage moving like he got to make that money when he was 45. Some ain't right about that. It's one thing to be an entertainer. It's another when you actually pumping like he's pumping. He shouldn't have to go through that at this